Hi, I'm Ken Ham, President of Answers in Genesis, Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter, and this morning we are here on the beautiful campuses of Cedarville University. As you look around here, you can see we're just outside of the auditorium where I'll be speaking actually from 10 to 10:30 at chapel to all the students and faculty here. In fact, Answers in Genesis will be here for 2 days. There'll be myself, and I'm speaking again today about the Ark and the importance of the Ark Encounter and why we build an Ark, and then this evening a special program for the whole family actually on dinosaurs in the Bible. Also with me, Dr. Terry Mortensen and Dr. Georgia Purdom. Dr. Georgia Purdom is actually a graduate of Cedarville, and they'll both be speaking here as well, along with faculty from Cedarville University. This is one of the rare, sadly, but rare universities that takes a stand, as Answers in Genesis does, on the book of Genesis. And I know that there are many parents out there that often ask us, where can we go to a university that takes the same stand on Genesis, which is a stand on biblical authority? That's what it's all about. And that's what I'm going to talk about this morning. Now, it's not going to be live streamed direct on my Facebook, but if you go to you're on my Facebook watching this, but if you check the previous post, you'll see where we posted the link to the chapel, and the live streaming begins Eastern Standard Time at 9:50, and then I speak from 10 to 10:30. I'm showing some very revealing videos this morning, just some video clips of Christian leaders, and I think you might be shocked who I actually show and what they say concerning the Bible itself. I mean, we live in interesting times when it comes to what people are saying about the Bible, even in our churches these days. So I encourage you to watch the live streaming, and you can just go to Cedarville EDU, Cedarville EDU as well, because that's the website here. If you go to Cedarville EDU, if you go down to the menus at the bottom, you'll see where you can click on the chapel and go to the chapel a page, and then you'll be able to see on the left where you can go to the live streaming. But if you just go to the previous post before this on my Facebook, you will see that right there we have the link for the live streaming, and you can watch the chapel live this morning. So we'll just come along here and come into this building here. Students will be starting to come into the auditorium at 9:30, and what's the time right now? It's 7 minutes past 9. But this is the Dixon Ministry Center, and I remember President Zick Dixon used to be here. I've spoken here at Cedarville a number of times over the years. In fact, many years ago when we first started Answers in Genesis, we actually did a conference here when I used overhead transparencies. I remember that, and that was videoed, and a lot of people have seen that particular conference and being greatly blessed by it. There was myself, and I believe Dr. Gary Parker was there with me as well. So we'll just slip in here into the auditorium, and you'll be able to see. Now, this is also a time when a lot of outside people are coming in. I've already met some of them who are coming in especially for the events of the next 2 days, because we have a special program dealing with a topic of origins, and as I said, using some of our own speakers, Dr. Georgia Purdom, Dr. Terry Mortensen, myself, and as well as that also faculty here at Cedarville. In fact, they have a geology program here, the only undergraduate creationist geology program at a Christian university in the world, and Professor John Whitmore, the geologist who runs it, he'll be speaking too over the next 2 days. If you want to find out about the event, you can either go to answersingenesis.org and look up our speaking calendar there, and you'll see Cedarville University and you'll see all the information about the event, or you can go to cedarville.edu and cedarville.edu, and you'll be able to get all the information there about what's happening here as well. And again, I'll be speaking in chapel from 10 to 10:30. 30 minutes, that's all I have. Normally I like to speak for an hour, but chapels are only 30 minutes, so I'm going to have to talk really fast, I guess, to get it all in. I have to see how I go. But I've tried to put together a presentation. Actually, the university asked me if I'd speak on why is it important for a place of higher learning to take a stand on 6 literal days. And I'm going to do that in a particular way this morning, because I'm going to talk about the fact it's really an authority issue, and then talk about the problem of the authority issue, the authority of the Word of God, that we have in many of our churches and show some video clips that I think is going to shock people and also make them realize we've got a major problem in the church. We think we've got a problem in the culture. It's really because we do have a major problem in the church. So we're here, you can see, I'll just show you over here. So I see lots of visitors coming in, lots of visitors. I know they've got a few hundred people coming in from the outside, and you can see our books here. And coming down here is Dr. Purdom. So here we are, Dr. Georgia Purdom. Hey, you're a graduate of Cedarville, aren't you?
I am a graduate, yes.
And you're an ARG speaker.
Yes.
And of course, you run the women's conference each year, which has become really, really popular. It's
Very
really
popular.
grown.
Yeah.
But what are you speaking on here?
Well, a couple different topics. Today I'm speaking on the genetics of Adam and Eve. And then tomorrow I'll be speaking about design and DNA, and then how evolution undermines marriage, the sanctity of life, and the gospel.
And Dr. Terry Mortensen is speaking too. What's Terry speaking on?
I know he's speaking on millions of years, the idea of
Where
years
to come
and
from.
the problems with that, right?
Yeah. And we have John Whitmore,
Right.
who runs the only, I believe, undergraduate creationist geology program at a Christian university in the world, right here, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, it
And
is.
this is one of the, I was saying before, earlier in my post, this is one of the rare universities, Christian universities, that stands with Answers in Genesis.
Yeah, absolutely. I say the numbers, unfortunately keep dwindling, but we're so glad for these universities that stand for the authority of the Word of God.
And I know more and more parents are looking for a place they can trust their children to, and the president here takes a strong stand with us as well, President White of the university here. So Georgia, we'll be here for next 2 days. In fact, I'm here today.
Yeah.
I'm speaking 3 times today, chapel this morning, and then after lunch, and then this evening for a family program. And you're speaking today and tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And so is Terry. And people can find out information about that on the Cedarville University website, cedarville.edu, Cedarville, Ohio. We're about 1.5 hours from the Creation Museum, actually,
Right, yes.
into Ohio. So not that far from Dayton, Xenia, that sort of area. You look it up. And you can also go to the AnswersInGenesis.org website as well, and go to our speaking calendar, and you'll see it there. In fact, on the front page, if you look at under My Speaking Engagements, the very first one, you'll see Cedarville there. Click on that, get the information. And also for chapel, if you go to my previous post, you'll see the link where you can watch live. You have to link to it through the Cedarville website there, but you'll see the link, and you can just go live, watch the chapel service. Starts at 9:50. I'll be speaking from 10 to 10:30, and I encourage you to do that. And as I said, I'll be speaking on topic the university asked me to speak on: why does it matter what you believe about 6 literal days for a place of higher learning? And I'm going to use that to talk about biblical authority and a major problem that we have in the church, and show some very shocking and revealing video clips that you've already seen. What would you say about them?
Well, I think people need to realize, how unfortunately a lot of Christian leaders today, like we've been talking about Christian universities, are really compromised on this issue of the age of the earth, and they need to realize how important this is to the authority of the Word of God.
Don't you think some people might be shocked at a couple of video clips I showed?
Yes, you will. They will.
So, well, it might get me into trouble. I think it'll get me into trouble. Not here, but...
We're not here, hopefully, but we need to stir people up,
Yeah.
right? We need to get them to see what people are saying about this.
So I've never been one not to stir people up, right, if I need to.
You never do that.
So, okay, so we're signing off from here. We've got to go and do a sound check, get my computer set up, and get ready for the chapel service here. So we'll talk to you again later. As I say, go to the previous post and look for the link there. At 9:50 they start the live streaming, and you'll be able to watch the chapel here at Cedarville University live. And maybe if any of you are in the area and you want to come to the next 2 days, you can get all the information on our website or cedarville.edu as well, and find out how you can come here. And notice as we're looking around here, there's a lot of visitors here. None of the students are here yet. We can just do a bit of a swing around here, and we can see the visitors coming in, getting ready for this program today and tomorrow. We have our resources over here, and getting ready for equipping people for the battle. Well, thanks, Georgia. I see you have your daughter here today, Elizabeth.
She's hiding.
There she is. Come here, Elizabeth. So, how old are you now?
12.
12. And does your mother teach you about creation,
Yeah.
the Bible?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad you could be here. All right. That was she's obviously going to be a great speaker. I mean, Two
Not
words.
sure if that'll be her forte, but
same word. Okay. All right. Well, we're signing off here from Cedarville University.